Good morning. Welcome to another chat with Nikki. How are you? It is a beautiful Monday morning. The pollen is out, ready to attack. So, yeah, I just got back from the gym. I hope you guys had a good morning or having a good morning. I'm about to break my fast with some coffee and some pepitas. They're like pumpkin seeds, I guess, but they're so good. Anyways, I was reading in my email. I get these devotions in my email. Sometimes they're really good. And today's is it's from the Proverbs 31 Ministries. And it asks the question, does Jesus want to talk to me? So many times I talk about us talking to the Lord. And, some of us may question, does the Lord even want to talk to me? Well, that's an emphatic yes. But let's walk through this devotion. It's really good. It comes out of John, the book of John, the Gospel, chapter 10, verses 3 and 4. And it says, the gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to hear his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all of his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. And then it says, however he speaks, we can be confident in Jesus' desire to communicate with us. He wants to communicate with us. The notification pops up on my phone and I smile. My friend has left me a voice message. Immediately, I look for an opportunity to slip away and listen. I love hearing what's happening in my friend's world, how she's feeling, how I can pray for her. Though we haven't seen each other for years, we have, in fact, only met a few times in person. But she has become a dear friend and a voice of wisdom in my life. In John chapter 10, Jesus compared himself to a good shepherd and described how those who follow him hear his voice. And again, that verse that I read earlier says, the sheep listen to his voice. He calls out his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all of his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow because they know his voice. The example of a shepherd and sheep would have been familiar to the people Jesus was originally preaching to. Daily, they would have seen shepherds and sheep in the Israeli countryside. However, for me, a city girl living in the States, I needed to learn a little about sheep and shepherds in order to understand what Jesus was actually teaching. So here's what I discovered. Using a combination of sounds and words, shepherds led with their voices. Going ahead of those in their care, a shepherd leads the sheep to bits of greenery, pools of water, and ultimately a resting place after a long day. Since sheep are in the care of the shepherd day in and day out, they grow familiar with his voice. The sheep expect and anticipate their shepherd's guidance and feel safe in his care. When Jesus tells us, I am the good shepherd, I know my sheep and my sheep know me, here Jesus is expressing his desire to interact with us and to lead us. This passage got me thinking, do I expect to hear my shepherd's voice? Just like I look for messages from my friend, do I anticipate communication from Jesus? As followers of Jesus, you and I can expect our shepherd to speak to us. The Bible is filled with his words, and he may bring to mind scriptures that we have read or even memorized. A song may bring a reminder of his love. We may even sense a nudging in our spirit, or what 1 Kings chapter 19:12 describes as the small, still voice of God. However he speaks, we can be confident in Jesus' desire to communicate with us. Just as we wait expectantly for communication in other relationships, we can wait and expect to hear from our friend and shepherd, Jesus. And it ends in a prayer. It says, Good Shepherd, thank you for wanting to talk to me and to lead me. Help me to learn to listen for your voice, to recognize your voice, so that I may follow you. And it's in your name I pray. And what a good reminder that Jesus really does want to talk to us. And he talks to us all day long. I believe he talks to us through other people, through circumstances, through situations, definitely through nature, and obviously through his word. From Genesis to Revelation, the Lord's talking to us. So take that with you today as you spend your quiet time with the Lord, and as you go throughout your day. Have an expectant attitude, knowing that He is reaching out to you and He is talking to you. Well, you have a great day. Thanks again for tuning into A Chat with Nikki. I love you, and Jesus loves you more.